بسم الله. ده ماتريكس. ايه الماتريكس دي؟ الماتريكس is the system of calculation of numbers. ده بيعمل ايه؟ بيعمل calculate للايكويشنز والاريا of triangles with more than 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 equations as you need. يعني الماتريكس ده الفورم بتاعته عامله كده زي الاوردر بير. كان في اوردر بير كده 3 and 2، فده كان معناه في 1 row and 2 columns، يعني في صف وعمودين. الماتريكس اذا كانت عامله كده 3 and 5 negative 2 and 7 تبقى اسمها 2 by 2، يعني 2 rows and 2 columns. والماتريكس لو عامله كده 5 1 و3 2 و0 و8 فدي اسمها 2 by 3. يعني ايه 2 by 3؟ يعني 2 rows and 3 columns. والماتريكس لو عامله كده 1 2 3 يبقى دي 3 by 1، يعني 3 rows 1 2 3 rows and 1 column. اوكي؟ طيب الماتريكس هنعرف بيها انها نعمل بيها ايه؟ كالكوليشن لحاجات كتير قلنا بعد كده، لكن الماتريسيز دول لازم قبل ما نعرف المنظومه دي فيها ايه بالظبط you have to know the operations on it. الاوبريشنز العاديه addition subtraction multiplication and inverses and solving equations وهكذا. وعندي ماتريكس زي ايه؟ والماتريكس زي equal 7 و3 و2 1 و5 ونيجاتيف 6 and you need to find 2a or negative 5a. 2a means 2 is multiplied by each item in the matrix. يعني 7 3 2 1 5 with negative 6 will be 14 and 2 6 and 10 4 and negative 12 and negative 5a will be negative 5 times the matrix itself, which is 7 3 and 2 1 5 and negative 6, and multiply this number by each of the elements or the items inside the matrix. It will be negative 35 negative 15 negative 10 negative 5 negative 25 positive 30. Okay, the operations of it, the first type of operation is very easy, which is addition or subtraction. Okay, but when you add two matrices or subtract two matrices, they have to have the same number of rows and the column. If they have different number of rows or different number of column or both of them, you cannot add them. The addition will be undefined. Okay?
مستر أنا عندي question. يعني هو هيجي كاتب لنا 5a أو يعني هيبقى كاتب لنا ال a equals كام؟
يعني for example دي example اللي عندنا a equals negative 7 0 and 3 1 negative 2 and 5, and another matrix which is b equals 5 2 negative 1 negative 3 6 and 8, and we need to find a plus b. This is number 1. Number 2, a minus b. Number 3, 2a plus 3b. 3b, 3, this 3. Okay. Number 4, this 3b. Number 4, 2b minus a. Let's solve number 1. We need a plus b. Normally add their items according to their arrangement. And negative 3 plus 5, negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. And the second with the second, 0 plus 2 is 2. And the 3 plus negative 1 is 2. And 1 plus negative 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. and 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay, normal addition. Each term with its correspondence 1. يعني corresponding terms together. يعني this term is correspondence to 5, and 0 is correspondence to 2, and the 3 with negative 1, and so on. You can add or subtract them according to the numbers with you. Like this one, a minus b, then subtract them. Negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12, and 0 minus 2 equals negative 2, and the 3 minus negative 1 is 4. 1 minus negative 3 is 4. Negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8, and 5 minus 8 is negative 3, and this is the matrix. As I told you, when you add or subtract two matrices, you will find the result is the same number of rows and same number of columns. Okay, no change. And if the two matrices have different number of rows or columns, you cannot add them. It's okay. What about number 3? Number 3, you can find 2a. If you need to find 2a first, then write 2a, negative 14, 0, and 6. This is 2a. And negative, and the 2, negative 4, and 10. This is 2a plus. Where is 3? This is another one, okay. Where is 3b? 3b will be 15, 6, and negative 3, negative 9, 18, and 8. It's okay. And you can add them. Then now you have this 2a and this 3b. When you add 2a and the 3b, you already have the 2a and the 3b, then add them normally. It will be negative 14 plus 15, which is 1. 0 plus 6 is 6. 6 plus negative 3 is 3. 2 minus 9, negative 7. Negative 4 minus 18, negative 22. 10 minus 8 is 2. And this is the final result of this example. It's okay. Number 4, you need 2b minus a. First find 2a, 2b. Okay. 2b is 10, 4, and negative 2, negative 6, and 12, 16. Minus a, you have already a. So 2b minus a, you have to subtract a from 2b, okay? So 10 minus negative 7 is positive 17, and 4 minus 0 is 4, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7, 12 minus negative 2 is 14, and 16 minus 5 is 11. So it's the final result of this one. It's okay. Do you have any question in these 4 questions? Huh? Huh?
لا مستر
لا لا سهل.
لا يا مستر.
Alhamdulillah. I'll give you another example as a homework, and I'm going to revise the topics that you will find it in the quiz tomorrow, inshallah. If A is negative 8, 5, and 2, 1, 3, negative 1, 0, 2, 7, and B equals 4, 9, negative, this is 4, negative 1, 0, negative 2, 4, 3, 3, 3. Find A plus 2B. Number 1. Number 2, 2B minus 4A. Number 3, 4B minus A. Number 4, 2A plus 5B. Okay? This is the homework. Let's revise something in the table.
مستر سيد بس ممكن ترجع تاني.
I'll give you some examples in sine and cosine rule. in triangle ABC, if AB equals 11, BC equals 12, and CA equals 13, find the area of triangle ABC. To find the area of the triangle, you can find this example as a floor. If you have a floor in your home and of dimensions 11 and 12 and 13, how can you find the area of this floor? Okay, you have no heights, so you can use the sine to find the heights. And as you know, to find the area, as you know, the area of any triangle ABC is half times AB sine C, or half times BC sine A, or half an area also, and the area equals half AC sine B. And you have a triangle, and the given is 3 sides, then you can use the sine rule or cosine rule. To solve this triangle or to find an angle, you will use the sine rule or cosine rule.
Sine rule.
Sine rule, you have 3 sides and you can sine rule.
لا sorry, cosine rule.
أكيد يعني مش sine rule يبقى cosine rule. But the sine rule, you use it if you have 2 angles and 1 side, or 2 sides and 1 included angle. And cosine rule, you will use it if the given is 3 sides, like this example, or 2 angles and 2 sides and the included angle. 3 sides or 2 sides and the included angle. Now we have 3 sides and we need the area of the triangle. Then you have to find the included angle. Okay? For example, you can use cosine A. Can you find the rule? Do you know the rule or not? Cosine A. جميل جدا. You didn't study. جميل. كويس جدا ده. هنسمع البيرنتس دوت الكلام ده عشان تعرفوا ان مش حدش فيكم حافظ الرولز. هتبقى B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Okay? Then cosine A will be B squared, which is the side, I'll draw the triangle ABC. Okay? AB is 11 and BC is 12 and CA is 13. Then A is 12 and B is 13 and small c is 11 and is 13. And you can use this length in this A relation. B squared, it will be 169, plus C squared, it will be 121, minus A squared, 144, divided by 2 times 13 times 11. And you can find the cosine of this angle, and by find the inverse of the function, you can find the angle itself. It's okay? Could you calculate it? With me, I'll calculate it now. 169 plus 121 minus 149 divided by 2 times 13, which is 26 times 11 equals, then the result is 141 divided by 268. This value is the cosine of the angle, not is the angle. The angle is the inverse of cosine of this one, which is shift cosine. Then measure of angle A equals shift cosine, which is cosine power of -1 of this answer, 141 over 286.
مستر في مشكلة، هي طلعت معايا 73 over
shift
143.
cosine
هي
حاضر shift cosine للأنسر equals 60.46. Okay, again shift cosine of this fraction, which is 141 over 286. It's okay. It will be 60 degrees, 60.46 degrees. Okay. then you can find the triangle, the area of triangle equals half times product of any two sides sine the included angle. You have the measure of angle A, then you have to use the sides around angle A, which is 11 and 13. So half times 11 times 13 sine this angle, which is 60.46. It's okay. The half times 11 times 13 times sine 60.46 equals, so the area of triangle will be 62.2, and if this unit in centimeter, it will be square centimeter or square units according to the unit that A in the given. It's okay. If you need to complete this exercise or solve the triangle, now you can use the sine rule. You have the measure of angle A, which is 60.46, and if you need the measure of any angle, other angle يعني, you can use the sine rule or cosine rule. Why? Because the conditions is satisfied now. Or you have the conditions, it's enough to use both of the rules, sine or cosine. But easier, you can use the sine rule, which is 12 over sine A equals 11 over sine C, and the sine C will be 11 sine A over 12, and you can find it. And the third angle, you can subtract the sum of these two angles from 180. Okay? كلامي؟ يعني now you have 3 sides and 1 angle. Then the conditions is enough to use either يا إما sine rule or cosine rule. If you need cosine rule, you already used it. And if you need sine rule, you can use this angle and the opposite side. It will be 12 over sine A equals 11 over sine C, and directly you can find sine C. Or 13 over sine B equals 12 over sine A, and you can find sine B, and the inverse of sine B will be give you the angle itself. But if you give one of the angles, you can use the properties of sum of the angles of a triangle. You can subtract the sum from 180 instead of using the theorem or sine or cosine. Another example. If sine A equals 3 over 7 and A is greater than 90, less than 180, and cosine B equals negative 2 over 9, and B is between 180 and 270. Find, number 1, sine A plus B. Number 2, cosine 2A. Number 3, tan A minus B. First, you have to graph these figures, okay? And don't forget to put the angle in its suitable quadrant. Yeah, and this angle is in the second quadrant, so you have to graph it in the second quadrant, okay? And this for the second one. Okay. The first one is in second quadrant. Graph a triangle in the second quadrant, and this angle will be A. And here's another color. And you have the sine is 3 over 7. So the 3 and this 7, and from Pythagorean theorem, you can find the third angle, the third side, sorry, which is square root of 49 minus 7 power 2, 49 minus 3 power 2 is 9. It will be root 40,
2 root 10.
10. Not 2 root 10, the value is 2 root 10, but the direction is negative. So it will be, this side will represent negative 2 root 10. not the length of the side, but the direction of it. And you can find sine A and cosine A and tan A. Okay? جيب على جنب الثاني حتة. Sine A will be 3 over 7 and cosine A will be negative 2 root 10 over 7 and tan A will be negative 3 over 2 root 10. حط negative 4. The second one, the angle B is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, so the triangle like this one. Okay, this is the third quadrant. This is B. And the cosine is negative 2 over 9. Then we can find the third angle by using Pythagorean theorem, which is 81 square minus 4, which is root of 77. And you can find the sine and the cosine and tan of angle B. Sine B is, this is negative root 77. Sine B is negative root 77 over 9. Cosine B is negative 2 over 9. Tan B must be positive because the angle B lies in the third quadrant. So it will be square root of 77 divided by 2. Okay? Note that in the second quadrant, you found the sine only is positive, and the third, you found tan only is positive, and we can solve this example. Number 1, sine A plus B. A plus B. Do you know the rule? Do you know the rule? No.
Sine A cosine A cosine A
Sine A cosine B plus
sine B cosine
no,
A.
okay. Sine B صح. يبقى cosine B sine A.
لا العكس يا مستر.
العكس. هذا العكس اللي قلناه. أو cosine A sine B. Okay? And you can substitute sine A from this one is 3 over 7. Cosine B from the other one, and cosine B is negative 2 over 9 plus on a cosine A, which is negative 2 root 10 over 7 times sine B, which is root of negative 77 over, and complete the answer. What about the rule of cosine 2A? You have 3 rules for this one. Either cosine power of 2A minus sine power of 2A, okay, or 2 cosine power 2A minus 1, or 1 minus 2 sine
1 minus
2A. You can use one of them. And also tan A minus B is tan A minus tan B over 1 plus tan A tan B, and you can substitute. I'll give you 3 minutes to substitute in the from the graph. Okay?
مستر يعني احنا بكرة في الامتحان جاي معانا الساين
Sine power of 2x plus أو minus 2 equals 1. Solve. طيب نشوف كده. Sine power of 2x. خلي دي 1 ودي 4. Okay, sine power 2 will be 2 over 4. It will be 1 over 2. يعني sine x equal positive or negative root of 1 over 2. It will be 1 over root 2 positive or negative. Okay. يبقى sine x equals 1 over root 2 or sine x equals negative 1 over root 2. This one is positive. So it lies in the first or second quadrant. Okay, sine x will be 1 over root 2 تبقى في الفيرست and the second عشان الساين is positive in the first and in second. In the first, shift the sine of 1 over root 2, which is 45, then is the first will be 45 degrees, and in second will be 180 minus 45, it will be 135, and negative will be in the third or in the fourth. So in the third will be 180 plus 45, which is 225. And in the fourth will be 360 minus theta, which is theta is 45. So it will be 315. Then the solution set will be 45, 135, 225, 315. Okay?